morning, friends, and you are watching Weekend Red 5 with me, Navdeep Kaur Marwa. Here's a look at the top headlines of the day. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said New Zealand has made an advance purchase of Pfizer's antiviral drug to treat COVID 19. However, MedSafe still needs to give approval for the same. National Party has unveiled its new lineup with big promotion for Chris Bishop and Erica Stanford. While Bishop has been reunited with the shadow leader of the House portfolio, Stanford has been given education in addition to her immigration portfolio. However, former National Party leader Judith Collin drops from number 1 as leader to number 19 with just the research and innovation and technology portfolios. Moving on, 88% of eligible New Zealanders are fully vaccinated. Today, 135 community cases have been reported. Moving on to some business news now. The price of Bitcoin fell more than $14,000 per coin over the weekend. However, the experts are still finding the reason behind it. Now, we move to the interview section of our show. Today, we have Richa Raj Mehta of Albert's Post Bar and Eatery. We talked to her about the 4 days ever since Auckland moved to the red settings of the current traffic light, how the business has been, and much more. Welcome to the show, Richa.
Hi Navdeep,
Hi, Richa. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
Very well. Richa, tell me how have been the last 4 days been since you have reopened for dine-ins and since we moved to the traffic light system? How the business has been?
The very first day was really very busy. We are crazy busy on that day, and we are really very welcoming to see our new customers and our regulars. So was been very good for us. Finally, after 3 months, we are back. So
Right.
really very in terms of customers and in terms of our sales. So it's really very good. And but sometimes like in terms of the vaccine pass, that
Yeah.
is a little bit challenging, because we find out so many new things.
Right. So tell me, if you talk about vaccine pass being a challenge, is it getting people to show their pass a challenge, or how are you monitoring the
Uh,
same?
I think from the last 4 days, what we have seen, most of the customers they do have their vaccine pass, and they are really very accommodating. But few of them they don't have their passes because one of my customer, they wanted to book a table for 20 people, and
Right.
just because of one, because his son he had a first vaccine in Australia and the second
Uh,
one in New Zealand, so they are really very struggling to get a vaccine pass. But we are not, we have the restrictions that we are not allowed to see anyone without vaccine pass. So in that case sometimes it's really very hard for us to say no to our customers. So but yeah, I think maybe after 1 or 2 weeks we will be fine. It's
right.
really very new for us and for our customers as well.
Right. So what is there a person at the gate who is monitoring and checking the pass? How are you monitoring whether the vaccine pass is there or not?
uh, I know it's all changed now after we are open. So we have more staff now. So there is one person, one staff always be on the door. So they have to check like each and every single customers whether they have their vaccine pass with them or not. But some of them they are with their medical reasons or something like that. They are not supposed to have their vaccine. But
Right.
if they have the written proof, then should be fine.
Right. So tell me, as a business owner, what do you think of the traffic light system? Do you think it's feasible, and especially keeping Auckland in red? How do you see that?
Um, for us, I think it is okay because it is more, it will give us the how can I say, if we are open and if we are following those rules, it is good for us and for our customers as well.
Right.
So they have the satisfaction in their mind that when they are coming in, they know because we have put that red light signal frame on the board, so
Mhm.
everyone knows that our staff is vaccinated. And the sitting arrangement, we have 2 meter distance everywhere.
Mhm.
So I think it's good. Yeah, for us it's really very good. Like we thought maybe we have a insecurity inside before we open, that oh, we don't know whether the customers are coming in or not. But
Right.
it's really very good, like once we are open.
Right. And but do you think my last question would be, do you think Auckland should move sooner to orange or to green so that you we have better, more freedoms, as they say?
I think yes, because 80% we are having good customers, and more customers coming in. But 20% with their, some have their different reasons they
Right.
can't come in because of their vaccine pass. So I think if we are moved to the different traffic light signal, then we will be more customers have a opportunity to coming in.
Right.
So
Thank you so much for your time, Richa, and I wish your restaurant all the best and hope you have more customers coming in your way.
sure, thank you so much, Navdeep.
Thank you so much, Richa.
Thanks.
So, viewers, that was Richa of Albert Post and E3 telling us about how the vaccine pass worked and how the 4 days were for the business. Now, moving on, we have some another interview lined up for you, and we have Nafis Ahmed of the government's one of resident visa group who has missed out on same, and he had been protesting that their Facebook group has been started called One of Residency Visa Impacted Group NZ for protest and steps, and they are going to hold a protest on 16th and 20th December in Auckland CBD in support of all people who have missed out on the one-off resident visa. So we talked to him more about the protest and why protest has been planned.
Hello.
Hi Nafis, welcome to Indian Weekender. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you? How are you?
Very well. Nafis, to begin with, tell me about the group. What is the group intending to do, and what exactly when did the group formed, and how many members are there?
Actually, my group name is One of Resident Visa 2021 for the protest and steps.
Right,
Main focus of this group is to take some real action plans on ground, because you know very well government announced on 30 September, and they include some of the people for one of residency, which is 165,000 people, but
right,
at the same time they exclude some of the peoples. So we are the group of people who are excluded from the policy.
right,
And most of us, I in my view and not in my view, from the group perspective, we meet the criteria of whatever the immigration requirements, but
right,
we holding the ineligible visa, that's why
right.
we just excluded from the policy.
Right. So you're saying you people do follow the settled scars or the other category, but just because the visa you people are holding is not suitable, you have been left out.
Yeah.
Right. So what are this group going to do then? Now, what is your plan of action?
The plan of action is right now we are looking forward for the protest in 16 and 20, but it is
Mhm.
peaceful protest. We make sure that everyone is vaccinated for the protest.
Right.
And today morning time, not the morning, afternoon time, I had discussion with Erica Stanford.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we had made like private Zoom meetings, and she said that she may be joining in our protest
Mm-hmm.
because she understand our pain and everything. So she's thinking if we give pressure to governments, so and we have some support from the different political parties like ACT parties and like Green parties, and she also supporting us because she also working for migrants for a long time.
Right.
And if she can support in our protest, so it will be good for us, so we can raise our voice to the government, so government can must be they can consider for our matters.
Right. So since Auckland is in red alert level in the core traffic light setting, what are the precautions that you're going to take for the protest, and how are you going to make sure that people who come there are vaccinated? So, what groundwork? How are you going to make sure that everything goes as per the plan?
Yeah, that's a very good question. For this reason, I made a PDF file which I introduced some of the protest rules and like some of the COVID rules, and I made the Google Docs file.
Right.
So I take the signatures, like people give, they have to provide their details.
All
They
right.
must be full vaccinated, first of all, and second, I keep the limit within 100, and they need to have vaccine pass at the same time. If they cannot show me vaccine pass, they'll be not eligible for the protest. I'll not take the responsibility of our group. So we are managing in this way. If they agree everything, okay, I'm full vaccinated, I have vaccine pass, then they are good to go, and they can arrange or attend our protest.
Right. So where exactly is the protest going to happen, and are you it's going to march or just a protest? But and what are the logistics of that?
You mean the location?
Yeah.
Location is Queen Street, 210 and 240. Like Queen Street, there is farmers,
Right.
Starbucks.
Right.
So we're planning like there is four corners of road. So each of the corner we can stand like suppose if we are 100 people, so each corner we can stand 25 people, and like in front of Starbucks we can stand 25 people. Here
Right.
is Mecca, so we can stand there 25 people, and there is ANZ Bank. I mean there is connected Victoria and Queen Street,
Mm-hmm.
so we can all together maybe 100, but not more than 100. I make
So
sure
how
that
will you make sure that you only are 100 people there? If people want to join in at the go, how will you make sure?
because I have the list for the checklist in Google Docs. So they are signing. If they are not signing, they'll be not eligible.
Right. And has the New Zealand police been informed about the protest? Are they supporting? Have you informed them? Then what are you planning to do?
Yeah, they already contact with me, and one day I get mail from the New Zealand police. They said we are aware of you intend to hold protest, so they asking for some details information. They
Mm-hmm.
are not like that. They said it's okay, you can give us like information like locations, how many people joining, what is the COVID management, what is marshal, or you going for the rally or march. So
Mm-hmm.
they're asking for this kind of information, like if I have any kind of sound system, so I need to
Mm-hmm.
inform them, and I already reply them.
Mm-hmm.
And I also informed to Auckland Council.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to arrange protest, and I attach the PDF file and the sample of checklist that I am making.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I am doing for the protest and the COVID management.
So you are saying you have a checklist in place. People who are in the checklist, they only will be able to be the part of the protest. And if there's anybody else, so who is going to monitor that? Are you going to monitor that if that nobody can come near more than 100 people, or you will have people doing that?
Um, yeah. Myself, I am the group admin, and there is one more admin. Her name is Ismat Nishu. She will be, we two-person will monitor everywhere, but I will give in charge of four-person, so they can look after like four of the corners.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be easy for us when we divide our works to the person. So it will
Right.
be easy for us, and I can and that admin, we can monitor everywhere, look after, and there will be one more person. He will be like IT guy. He will be
Right.
responsible for the Facebook live videos. So we
Right.
have our own Facebook page, so he
Okay.
can be going live and he can streaming the live videos.
Right. Tell me one thing more. We talk about people being frustrated that they are not included in the. So, what kind of stories do you have? What kind of people are there in your group, and how many are there? Like, are they student visa holders? Are they partnership visa holders? So, what kind of people are there in the group?
Mostly like second time student, first time student. There is some first time students, second
Mhm.
time students, and yeah, there is some people from partnership visa, yeah, partnership work visa, and working holiday visa. Even though I do have some people who is from guardian visa holders,
Okay.
and they also having the proper right to work in New Zealand. That's why
Right.
I'm also working for them. But I'm making sure like everyone meet the criteria, so we are just working on them.
Right.
I,
So, last question is, what motivated you to start this group? Are you also one of those who have been left out? What is your story?
my story is I am a student, and I have been here last 4 years, and last year I was going to complete my study, but because of NZQA, my college was closed down, so I have to move to another college,
All right.
and to graduate from my course it takes me time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm just missed out. Yes, I feel the pain, and same way our people who are the left out from the policy, they also feeling the pain. So this pain just giving me motivations like if we can raise our voice to the government, they might gonna listen to us,
Right.
because previously there is lots of protest and they listen.
Right. So, do you think that government is unfair? Has been unfair on a lot of people through this announcement, though they have made many happy, but then they didn't think about a lot of people who have been unnecessarily being left out.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. This policy, I think it was the rushed policy, something like that. They didn't go through too much study, as one of the live videos I could remember, uh, Erica's live videos.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the live, and her lawyer, something like that, said the policy came up. It was very rushed. They
Right.
didn't go through too much study on this,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they just made this policy maybe 1 or 2 days, and that's why we are missed out. They didn't go through well.
Right. And lastly, are you going to hold protests across outside Auckland as well? What are your next plans after these two on 16th and 20th? What are the future plans?
Good question. I do have my group chats for the every city like Wellington, Tauranga, Christchurch, Hamilton. I'm trying to arranging them, and I trying to in charge of the some of the person that they can take part of their city, but
Mhm,
they don't have that much people that they can hold. So I'm
mhm,
planning like if I start from something from the Auckland, so they might be getting some motivation from us.
mhm.
So if they get motivations, so they can engage more people. It's
Right,
okay if they have like 30 people, that is enough for the protest in
right,
another city. But
right.
yes, I have another plan like in 8th of February next year, there
Mhm,
will be the first parliament sitting on.
right,
So maybe in this time and in the time we'll going to Wellington parliament, so I
all
do have
right,
a plan.
right. So do you think protest is the only way forward? Don't you think like for why protest? Like what do you think about that?
Good question. I think the protest is one of the like formal process that we can make our voice. It's not only from New Zealand or not only me. It's all over the world, and it's happening last 2 3 decades.
Mhm,
Not decades, maybe century.
mhm. Right. I hope the protest gives you what you're asking for, and there is some hope for the people who have been left out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sparing your time and talking to the Indian Weekender.
Thank you very much.
So, viewers, that was Nafis Ahmed telling us more about a protest that he's going to hold on 16th and 20th of December to support those who have been left out of the one-off residency program. For more news and updates, keep watching the indianweekender.co.nz.